who would be out of the two of us? Who do you think you could beat in a fight?
So I bought the tickets in like December or early January, and I planned it for February during like reading week, because I like got smashed by school, so I couldn't go, and I had to like return the flight for credit, which is why I booked another flight for Amsterdam in October.
You guys remember on YouTube when 360p used to be the best resolution?
I watched the entire Karate Kid movie on 360p.
That's
on YouTube,
crazy.
And it had to be like mirrored and part 1, part 2. Yeah. Because
wait for it to
because
load,
you know the
too.
videos were only like max 12 minutes back in the day. Or like 10 minutes back in the day.
Yeah.
So I had to watch part 1, part 2. Yeah.
So
I still have all the downloaded songs from back then.
Like from LimeWire and all that stuff?
This is on the internet. I do not condone illegal downloading.
Yo, you do what you gotta do, guys.
YouTube to MP3. I think I was like in first year. I just turned 18. I was like, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Like I knew that I wanted a tattoo, but I didn't know what it was gonna be. So I was kind of like, I went to Ryerson, and so I had class, and then there was a tattoo parlor right across the street, and so I kind of went there and like talked to them, had like a mini consultation. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get tomorrow.
Yeah, I just remember that tattoo. I almost passed out for this fucking tattoo because. What's it called? At the time, when
the wrist too.
The wrist, it's the nerves, but I find some people don't actually feel the pain like that. But I think my pain was amplified because back then, when I was a younger boy, I might have been a little bit under the influence of some green.
And welcome back to Across the Street Podcast with your hosts, Nihaal
And Daniel. What's up, guys?
And we got a special guest today.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Vivian. How do I spell it? I'm gonna. Anyways.
Everyone should know Vivian already.
I'm Vivian. Hello. I played volleyball with these guys, so that's how I know them. So.
She's a volleyballer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of suck at it anyways.
No,
you don't. You've improved. You definitely improved.
It's a little questionable, but.
She was one of the candidates for most improved player, even though she didn't make the PowerPoint. But
didn't pay in time. I didn't pay him enough in time.
Oh, yeah,
crazy.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
No e-transfer.
Yeah, I could.
We're talking about the banquet that happened a couple weeks ago. But yes, can't believe it's almost been a month.
Yeah, it has been almost a month.
Time flies by really fast. Yeah. But it was such a fun event. It was amazing.
It was a really fun event.
Thank you. It was like.
You heard that, Aryan? It was a fun event. I'm just calling him out.
If he even watches.
Yeah, I doubt he does.
Hello, Aryan, if you watch.
Okay, so it's been a while since we've been in this location.
I know, right?
How do you guys like the last episode? It was pretty crazy, right?
It was crazy. Yo, honestly, it's crazy for me. You're gonna see it when it comes out because at this time it hasn't been released yet for our viewers contextually, but
your previous episode?
Yeah, it's not out yet.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna come out. I'm gonna say end of July.
Something big happens.
Something very big happens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your cottage podcast.
Yes,
yeah. Okay.
The first episode of season 2. So we're now on season 2, episode 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, Daniel literally goes crazy and takes his shirt off in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I made sure to get really shredded just for that, and I gained all the weight back. So
Six-pack.
Just the cottage 6-pack, and then I go back. But like, yeah. So, what's it called? We only know you through volleyball, right?
I think it's been what, like 6-7 months since I've met you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, what? September, October? When did you join?
I think end of November, so beginning of December.
Really?
Yeah, and even then, like, it wasn't super consistent as well. So.
But I also feel like we also like, other than maybe Nihaal, like, I know myself, I didn't really talk to you in the first, like, maybe through 2 or 3 months, I'll be honest.
That's also true. Like, Nihaal was the only one, like, going around to interact, but, like, I knew you guys were friends. I just never really talked to you until maybe, like January the next year.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then, like, now that we play in a league together, like, on the same team, like, we've gotten closer since
Exactly.
then.
And honestly, we work pretty close to each other, too.
Yeah, that's true. We work pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
If anything, we're closer to each other than you're closer to him right now.
I know, it's crazy. Like, we've been, like, almost neighbors for, like, how long? And we didn't even know that.
Exactly. And then we finally know, and we, like, ride the train and shit like that, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where are you?
Nihaal's, like, the connection between everyone.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. We're talking about it all day today, me and Viv, where it's just like, you never know where life goes. You never know where life goes. When I first met her, she literally on my contact list, it's still Vivian drop-in form, because like she signed up for the form. to sign up for our York Region Volleyball drop-ins, and
you guys have a form?
we initially did, and Vivian was literally one out of the 4 people that actually used the form.
He still doesn't even know my last name.
I know it's
So it's a little
it's Nguyen.
Right.
I know you're Vietnamese.
Don't search me up.
Every Viet ever.
Not gonna find
Every
me.
Viet ever, Vivian Nguyen. How many are there in like Toronto? Probably like so
A
many.
lot.
A lot.
I feel like
Every Vivian I know is Vietnamese.
what are some common like Viet girl names or Viet woman names?
Vivian, Christine.
Victoria, I feel like is.
Victoria is a pretty common name.
Christine's big, yeah.
I think Emily, maybe?
Emily.
Yeah, Emily's a pretty big one.
Yeah, Emily's a big one too.
What else is there?
What is your real name?
Vivian.
What's your Viet name?
Yeah.
I don't have a Viet name, but I have a Chinese name. It's not like a legal Chinese name,
Yeah.
but like my family would call it. It's a very like typical like racist like stereotypical Chinese
Let's
name.
hear it. Let's hear it.
It's like okay, like the first syllable of it is Ling.
Ling. Okay.
You know how like stereotypical Chinese are like, oh, like Ling Ling is like doing
Yeah.
that, so it's like
So that's why you never want to use it.
that's why I never want to use it because
Fair
I feel like
enough.
people are gonna be like, oh, she's Ling Ling, like
Oh,
the Chinese girl.
I would get pissed off about that.
That's what I'm saying, right? So like I don't usually go.
Yeah, because growing up for me, I used to get like from the Karate Kid Daniel-san all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
John still calls you that.
Sometimes, yeah, he actually does. So, but yeah, Shane was like really bad with it. He'd always be like Daniel-san, san the flow,
Oh my god.
all the time. Growing up, it was so funny though. Looking back on it.
Wait, is that it? Just Ling?
Okay, it's so in Asian, it's like you'll put your surname first, and then your first name afterwards, or your given name afterwards, right? So like the full name is Chen Yi Ling, because like my last name is Tan, but when you translate it into like a Chinese character and then retranslate it back to English, it turns into Chun, which is really confusing because like in Mandarin it's Chun, but like in the dialect I speak it's like Tan.
Oh, whoa.
I don't know. So like if
I kind of get what you're saying because it's like different, like there's just a slightly different pronunciation to it, right?
Yeah. But like the way it works, it's like you have your different dialects, so it's like Mandarin, Canto, and like some other whatever you speak, but it's like all the same characters. So whatever you write, like if I spoke Mandarin and you spoke Cantonese, we couldn't really communicate to each other verbally, but if I wrote to you, you would completely understand what I'm saying.
Oh, damn.
Like it's the exact same like script and everything, characters and everything too.
So then why is it like so different? Like what makes it so different?
I don't know, maybe they just want us to be different for some for no reason.
Don't
So
kill
want us to
me.
be different.
Well, so today, since you are our guest and we would like to get to know you a bit better before we get into our topic.
Okay.
We
Wait,
do have-
first, before that, what's your Filipino name?
Oh yeah.
I'm Daniel, bro. Like
That's it?
dead ass. Like
But what do your
Oh, yeah,
parents call you?
Daniel.
Oh really?
Or but like so the endearment for like they for like when they call you like son or daughter is one word, so they refer to you as anak. So
Oh, yeah.
A-N-A-K, anak. So that's like it's basically like my child. And that's what they usually say.
Like ate, ata.
So okay, ate is different. So if you were like an older cousin to me or like an older friend, I'd probably call you ate.
Okay.
If you were older than me and like and Filipino, I would probably call you kuya. So that's where we get those from.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I see, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's why, like, if I have Filipino friends at work, sometimes like they're younger than me, they call me kuya.
Yeah, I
And-
see.
So stuff like that's kind of how it works. Yeah.
Because I worked at McDonald's and like there were a lot of Filipinos there, and they were
Yo.
just like ate. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I have no idea.
Yeah. Sometimes we say it as a joke too, because I have a coworker at work, and he's like older than me, but like he's quite older than me. So to make fun of how old he is, sometimes I just call him like kuya, just to remind him.
Oh, just like he's old.
And he gets triggered by it, so it's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love you, Brian. But yeah, that's pretty much how it's used.
Interesting.
Yeah, so by going back to it, since we would like to get to know you more and our viewers would like to get to know you more, we got a few quick questions. So I think it was my idea to introduce this to the podcast. Most of the ideas are.
It's a surprise to me he didn't review it with me before, so
Nope, not at
I'm
all.
racing for impact right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
basically, I'm just gonna be asking. We're just gonna be asking you some questions. We're not expecting long answers. You don't have to elaborate. Just
Short answers.
short, sweet to the point. Yeah, short, sweet, and to the point.
Okay.
If we're gonna make you elaborate, we'll tell you.
Okay, that's a lot of pressure there.
No, I promise. Okay, we'll start with the first one. What's your favorite kids cartoon?
Skylar.
Oh my god!
It is Skylar Moon.
You got, bro.
I don't see why that's so bad.
It's just, if you watched it, you know.
If you watch it, you know how bad that is. Oh my god.
Skylar.
It has nothing to do with an episode. It's just like how. Like.
How did you come up with that name?
It just sounds like you thought of the most basic white girl from LA. Like.
Literally.
That's so good.
Sailor Moon, by the way, not Skylar Moon.
Yeah.
She looked at
Really?
me right
Okay,
in the
Sailor
eye.
Moon.
That's it.
Like targeting you.
Would you rather travel solo or with a group?
Solo. I've been solo before.
Yeah. I remember you and I would talk about that too. So.
Yeah. I've been.
I mean, both have their perks and stuff like that, right? So.
Yeah, I think it's just a good way to like explore yourself, like learn new things about yourself and stuff like that. So.
Interesting. Okay. Who would be out of the two of us? Who do you think you could beat in a fight?
Be in a fight?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Just say it.
Just say it.
Sorry, Nihaal.
I feel like every guest is gonna say Nihaal.
That's so funny. Honestly, I might have thought you would have said me because I'm smaller.
No. I mean, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way, but just name this like
It's okay.
attack
Just gym motivation for me. 7 a.m. tomorrow.
This
I'm
is
at
our
the gym.
conversation earlier. Go to the gym, man.
7 a.m. I'm at the gym. You see me?
Bro, you can't even wake up.
I'm doing push-ups.
Bro, you can't. Sometimes you can't even wake up.
I don't. I can't. I know.
Don't doubt yourself.
I need at least 9 hours of sleep.
Oh.
Would you rather have 1 child or 6 kids?
1 child.
1 child? Okay. Here's the thing. The reason I ask that is because I always ask, whenever I ask this question, it's always like, the person I say it to is like, oh, one kid sounds like so lonely.
Oh, that's fair though if you put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you also say 6 kids. Are you really pushing 6 kids out of you?
I'm being selfish right now. I just want to like 1 kid, easier responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't care about what that kid got to go through.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll make a happy family. I'll have like a lot of neighbors and stuff like that. You guys can think about that later.
Yeah, fair enough.
Stop it.
Good answer. Good answer.
6 kids is a lot.
Okay, what else we got? If you could change an event in your life, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
It is.
Coming to this podcast right now.
See you later. End of podcast.
It's not a canon event.
I think in high school I wish I played a lot of more sports because I feel like it's a good way to meet people, and I just never explored myself a lot in high school. I was like stuck to like a same group of people, and like we just kind of like were homebodies and like just did whatever we want. I never really like got to interact with other people in high school, but it was like a very small graduating class as well, so like there wasn't many opportunities, or like we were all pretty close to each other. But
Were you the first graduating class at that high school?
Yeah.
You were, right? Yeah.
So the way it worked, it was like ever since grade 10 we were always the oldest grade, right?
Yeah.
So like grade 10, 11, 12, and then we were the first to graduate. So it was like a very small class and we knew each other, but I wish I just played more sports for some reason in high school.
I mean, it's a good way to just meet people, but it's also a good way to kind of just teach yourself a lot of like physical skills, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a good way to kind of inspire yourself to get into something too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Give me 5 dinner guests, dead or alive. Who would you want at your table?
Whoa, that's a hard question.
Nihaal better be one of them.
You don't have to answer.
Wait, list my friends? Like just
No,
random
like
ones?
in general. Like you have like anybody in history that's been dead or alive.
Like you have Michael Jackson if you want.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
want to have Michael Jackson as your...
I'll have my parents, you know,
Okay,
out
that's
of
2.
respect. My brother, 'cause I'm
Okay.
a family person. Just for shits, I would have Donald Trump there.
Yo.
Just for shits. My dad would have a good conversation with Donald Trump.
I would love a conversation with Donald Trump.
Just out of nowhere. And
That'd be so funny.
Yeah. And
One more.
I don't know. I'm gonna say just like generic Simu Leo.
Okay. All right. You want the Asian route
That's
there.
Yeah, because he's
Okay.
a cutie. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right.
In all honesty, I think Simu didn't act too well in Kim's Convenience. I felt like, you could tell that he's acting. Do you know what I'm saying?
It was
But once he got into the Marvel role, he got so much better at acting. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I never watched Kim's Convenience myself.
Okay.
I think it was because it was his first gig, and
Yeah.
also maybe like the role there wasn't much opportunity to be like himself, I guess, versus Shang-Chi where it's like he could do
it
a
was
lot
just
more
his
with
thing.
it. Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, especially as the main character,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay. Let's see. What else?
Speaking of, The new Batman movie came on Netflix recently, and I remember watching that in theaters. It's such a good movie. You guys should watch it.
It's not. It's all right.
I feel like it was a really good movie.
Was it better than
And
the
I would
Dark
watch
Knight
it
trilogy?
Okay. But like I just
It's hard to beat.
Yeah.
I just love the theme song throughout the movie.
Okay, the music was
Something
the music.
in the way.
Yeah, the music was really good.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that my opinion about that is I just feel like Batman's always been known as, even though he's like a superhero kind of thing, he has to be a playboy, and he was not a playboy in that whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in comic books, he's like, yo, I'm a billionaire. I get girls, but he does that.
This guy's a quiet guy.
Bro, this guy was like straight emo, bro.
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
swear. Out of the two of us, who is more your type?
That's fucked up.
It's a really loaded question.
It is.
Fucked up.
Hey, I came hot with the questions.
We're not getting personal here.
We're not
okay?
getting personal.
Not getting
It's not nothing personal.
I'll be honest, like I'm into Asian, so like I
I'm
feel
just
like you'd be
gonna-
more. I'm sorry. He asked it, okay? I just had to answer.
Okay.
I promise I didn't go into this with any bias whatsoever.
Okay.
Personally attacking.
Watch a brown girl come here next, and she's gonna say the same thing.
Yo, honestly. Yo, we'll do it. What if it's a guest that I'm thinking of?
Oh my god.
That would be crazy.
Not her. She's never coming.
Okay, got it. All right, this one actually segues us into our topic. Who do you think out of me and Nihaal would be the biggest impulse buyer?
You.
Really?
Well,
Okay, I can see it.
yeah. I feel like I don't know. Maybe just because I know Nihaal like from just other circumstances, like of like trip planning and everything. But he seems like he has to really think about like things, like before he goes and buys it or like does it. Versus you, where I talked about like your future plans for your trips, and you're like, oh, like yeah, like I just want to plan and do that and like do whatever. So it's kind of like.
Wow, okay, that's a really really good evidence.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. For me, like the biggest issue, like if we're slowly getting to this topic, the biggest issue for me is that I got like my first big boy job when I was like 19. So like when I didn't have any expenses and I was just getting like big boy cash at 19. It wasn't 19 or 20.
I think it was like 20.
Yeah, 20. I didn't know what to do, so I was just like buying a lot of stuff, like a lot of stupid. Like this entire basement is full of stuff that I bought.
Should I be so honest with you? The funniest impulse buy that I've ever seen you buy was the fucking inflatable snowman.
Was it the one that was outside of your house?
The one that was leaning against the car. Oh my god! I'll put the picture up right here. I still have it, man. This is so funny.
It's so random. I'm just like, yeah, I had a lot of excess cash back then. But yeah, obviously now I'm a little. I mean, I'm more expensive because I'm older. But yeah, I'm a little bit more responsible with my money. But once upon a time, even all the Lego on the shelf, you can probably see it in the corner of Vivian. But that was a huge phase, especially during the pandemic. I had nothing to do, and I just had so much like just cash in my checking account. And I'm like, yo, should I invest this or should I buy a bunch of Lego? And then I was like, buy a bunch of Lego.
Yeah, Lego. You got Lego all over this fucking room, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of Taj Mahal here. It's pretty money.
CN Tower behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all the furniture in the basement, thing is, no, like, I also did it's a lot of impulse buying, but at the same time, I also looked at it as, like, giving back. So I upgraded all the furniture upstairs, downstairs, everything. Like, it's all me, right? So like, I kind of gave it back to my family. And even, like, we're in the basement right now, so technically, this living room area can be used by anybody, even though it's, like, just me that uses it. But, yeah, so it's kind of just for the whole family.
Interesting. But like, okay, so now I kind of want to go, since we're now delving into our topic, which is impulse buying, which I feel like we're all in our early to mid 20s. We're all very guilty of that.
100%.
Very guilty of it. What do you think like triggers impulse buys for you? Like for both of you?
Seeing extra cash in my bank account. Like if I know that I'm struggling to pay off my credit card this month, then I wouldn't impulse buy as easily.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have like $800 extra that I could put in my savings, but at the same time it's just like, yo, let's have some fun. That's when I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. How you guys?
What about you?
For me, it's like I have the urge to like try something new every now and then. So like maybe I'll just like randomly buy a ticket out of the country, or maybe I'll like, I don't know, buy like equipment for a home gym and just build it up randomly. Like, oh, I just want to start working out all of a sudden. So like I'll try doing that. You know, it's like I always have the urge to like do something new and like challenge myself. So I'll spend like a lot of money just trying to do that. I don't know.
I mean,
like, even if I don't have the money, I'll find a way to get it somehow.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm in both of your situations, but for me, I feel like I'm motivated more by something very similar to what you said. If I have like spare cash, I'm less likely to think about the repercussions of buying something, and not analyzing as much as like how much I need it. You know.
Right.
Like on Amazon Prime Day, I had a bit of extra cash. I didn't think like, do I really need a massage gun? Like.
Yeah.
I probably don't honestly really need a massage gun.
What do you mean? You use it every time you come here?
Yeah, that's why I probably don't really even need one. What else did I really impulse buy on? Frig, I have to look at. Hold on, let me look at my Amazon orders quickly. Because I spent a lot on Amazon Prime Day.
As you should.
Did I really need to buy AirPods? No, I did not need to buy AirPods.
Did you not like say how you had like one AirPod left in your case?
Yeah.
And it was
like
still working.
Okay, yeah, but
No,
still,
you're
like,
crazy,
who
you're crazy.
listens to?
Speaking of Amazon, okay, so I'm so bad at one point. I think I'm still like that sometimes when I'm really lazy. But one time I couldn't find my tripod, but I knew it was in the garage, but I didn't want to go to my garage, so I just ordered another tripod on Amazon.
That's a big.
And now I have like
bad.
4 tripods. So, but at the same time, my tripods break a lot because of volleyball and stuff. But because I usually record my games.
The tripod we're even using now isn't even yours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I have like 4 tripods in my house right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, 2 of them are bent up because of volleyball, but I do have 4.
Okay, wait, I have a question. So, like, if you guys buy clothes online and it just happens to not fit, or like you don't like the style of it, do you go out of your way to return it? Because it's kind of a tedious process, in my opinion. Like, you have to like package it.
And sometimes you lose money too.
Exactly. So, like, do you go out of your way to return it, or do you kind of just like fuck it and just like leave it in your closet and like just eventually donate it or something like that? Yeah.
I've done that with some stuff that I bought from Winners, but can you return stuff at Winners? You can, right?
You can, as long as it's not like clearance or final sale.
Okay.
Usually,
I don't really order enough online to
I actually don't order clothes online. I'm always an in-person
so sorry.
shopper.
Okay, so that's pretty safe for you guys. Yeah.
Because I like to try my stuff on, or I like to feel the fabric of it in person.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the clothes that you buy online, it's like it looks like a certain way online, and you get it, and you're like, what the hell did I buy? Right? It's like nothing alike.
I've had so many times where that's happened. Like when I was like in the pandemic, I would buy something, and I'm just like, yo, this doesn't fucking fit properly.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It's like 3 times smaller than it should be.
Mm-hmm. And also, I feel like clearance racks in store are always better than clearance online.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, because I like to shop the clearance. Like I always feel like the hidden gems are always there, especially if they're in your size.
There's so much effort to go through clearance and like find the good ones, and you have to try it on, and like you don't know what it looks like. I'm like,
Yeah, I think it's a little different though. Well, for us as guys versus like you as a girl, right? Because like. I don't mean to speak on Nihaal's behalf. I'm not that big on fashion.
Okay.
But if I do have to dress up nice, I will go out and look for something. I'll take the time to like look for it, right? I'm pretty patient with shopping for stuff if I really want to look nice.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I don't want to classify you guys, but like, or like, I don't want to classify women, but y'all buy a lot of clothes.
I can't disagree with that. Yeah, no, I can't disagree with that. But it's like, I don't know, it's like with girls, especially like for me, I like to buy a lot of activewear. And it's like, it's not like I'm buying a different style. It's like I'll buy the same shorts in like 15 different colors. Like that's my entire like wardrobe right there. So
that's pretty smart.
I remember an impulsive buy thing that I did, I think 2 or 3 years ago. One time, it wasn't even a girl that complimented me, it was another dude that complimented me. And he was just like, you know, that fluffy sweater looks really nice on you. I'm like, yo, sick, okay. I proceed to buy the same fluffy sweater in 8 different colors. The exact same one.
Is that the one that's like the white one?
The fluffy one.
And then you have the green one, and then
the one that you wore to volleyball?
I mean, I wear it all the time.
That's true.
I have 8 different
If
colors.
it wasn't so hot, you'd wear it in the summer. I know.
Exactly. And then the same thing happened. So I actually from 2018 to 2022, for my fall / spring fashion, it's been the same thing. So I have the exact same long sleeve tee and the exact same fluffy sweater, but in like 8 different colors. So I just mix and match them. I'm like a cartoon character.
You're like the character that you selected. I always have impulse buys where it's like I feel like it's for the greater good of me and like my house, but it just never ends up working out. That's how I feel like some of my impulse buys end out, because I always think through stuff for me, like clothing. Like if like I think out through clothing, I think through That's all I really ever buy. Like stuff for my computer, even games. I really like think through buying. I'll think on like for a month or two about it. Sometimes I end up missing sales because I'm thinking about it. I just don't end up buying it. But recently I tried to buy this attachment for a hose. And I'm like, oh, we could really use this. And then I get it, and I fucking find out it's not even the right attachment. And I'm just like, god damn it. The amount of times that's happened to me with like hardware stuff in the house is just screwed me over so many times. I just have to end up returning it. Oh, you guys will make sense of this impulse buy. Under my bed, I have at least 3 plastic tubs, like the IKEA plastic containers of K-pop stuff.
Really?
Yeah, like K-pop, like albums.
Okay, that's another one. Concerts. Concerts and merchandise are freaking expensive.
It's
But
all
they're
impulse buys.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's
It
impulse
has
buy.
to be an impulse buy because you're there in the moment and you're like, I feel like I can't miss out on this, you know?
Exactly. Like, when is Blackpink ever gonna come? Well, I mean, probably in the future, but like,
Yeah.
when are they gonna come back into Toronto? You know?
But when are they gonna have this design, you know? Like
Ex-
on this fucking sweater or like the hat.
Exactly. There's gonna be like vintage in like 20 years. And like, I got this in like 2022.
Your Ed Sheeran bucket hat, for example.
Oh, $60.
Got a bucket hat from Ed Sheeran concert?
Yeah, it's like right there. It's the pink one. It's like in the corner. Yeah.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, bring it up.
Wear it.
There it
I'm
is.
not an
You
idiot.
should look at it.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's a very nice color too. Actually looks good on you.
It's tie-dye. What was it? No, never mind.
Tie-dye, yeah.
Tie-dye.
Is it time? Yeah. You're right. You guys are right.
It's cute.
Ooh, I'm a mess right now.
But yeah, I went to
I
a.
love that song.
You do?
Yeah, they played it. I played MMS at the concert. We went to a concert together at
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nihaal just asked me to come along. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
sure, why
and
not?
he didn't even sing along to
Impulse
half the
buy.
songs. SMH.
You asked me to go to a concert where, like, I like Ed Sheeran, but I don't stand him like
Bro,
that.
I'd kiss him.
I feel like you say that about a lot of dudes.
I
though.
do.
It's really shoot his
Number one?
Birdie side out here.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Tobey Maguire. I would look at that guy in the
He's
eye.
kind of cute though. He's cute.
He is, I
How
know.
about like Tom Holland?
Tom Holland for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 2 years older than me, right? I think he's a 96 kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is 96.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, I went to the Twice concert, and on the other hand, I sang my ass off.
Yeah.
I was like screaming my ass off. I came back with no voice, like literally that night. But
Are the songs even in English?
no,
So you know Korean lyrics?
yeah, a
Okay.
bit.
Crazy.
Part of them are in English. They have English lyrics.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But for what's it called? My main part of that is like the impulse. There's 2 impulse buys in that. The tickets themselves were fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Got VIP tickets.
Yeah, I'm gonna bleep this part out, but I spent $700 for these tickets.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and so did all my friends.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
My God.
But yeah, the tickets were an impulse buy. I just said fuck it, come whenever I ever get experience.
Yeah.
And then the merch itself, I got a shirt and a hat for $110.
Both or each?
No, both combined.
Oh, that's
It's
not too bad.
The hoodies were like $90. That's why I skipped out on it.
That's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I made a smart financial decision there.
Yeah.
Technically,
How much was it? 90?
90 for the hoodies.
Not bad.
It's not.
Ed Sheeran ones were like 70, I think.
Yeah.
And the hat was fucking $60.
The hat, that hat was expensive, dude.
Nah, no, it was. It's okay.
Mhm.
It's a nice pink hat.
It is.
I haven't worn it yet. It's been on my shelf ever since.
It's waiting for you.
She's actually the first person that wore it since me.
Oh, I got honors, eh?
Yeah.
Dang.
You could say what's it called? I want to ask you both of you this because you might know this. Because our New Brunswick trip was technically like impulse. We kind of decided in a matter of 2 days.
But at the same time, that was like what? The ticket was like less than $200.
Like it's a no-brainer,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but it's still I would consider that an impulse buy.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Any trips of yours that were an impulse?
Oh my God, like all of them. Probably. But there was one in February that I was supposed to go to, so I bought the tickets in like December or early January, and I planned it for February during like reading week, because I like got smashed by school, so I couldn't go, and I had to like return the flight for credit, which is why I booked another flight for Amsterdam in October. Insanely expensive because like I booked it with Delta, which is like the most expensive airline. So annoying.
Yeah.
And just like for some reason, flights this year to Europe is just insanely
They're
expensive, right?
super expensive.
Yeah, exactly. So I spent I think I spent like double the price that you could probably get it for like in a normal year, right?
Right.
So that was probably like one of my most impulsive purchases. But I think with like traveling in general, I just like to be impulsive with it. Like I'll buy like 2 weeks before and I'll just like, okay, I'm going.
That I can never do. I always have to do at least like a month or two before for me.
For like planning purposes or just
Yeah,
like
for planning
That's
purposes,
messed
and
up.
for me, it's like I just need to make sure I can get that time off, right?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier when you're in school,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, I joined her impulse buy.
You joined the impulse buy.
Well, I
Peer
mean, at the same time, like, honestly, like, you could even ask, like, some of my other friends and stuff. Like, I've been talking about Amsterdam for the longest time, and then she just casually mentioned it. I'm just like, oh my god, when am I gonna get the chance? And I really thought about it. I'm just like, I don't see my friends coming with me anytime soon to Amsterdam. So, and obviously I saved enough credit card points. Shout out the kids out there that just turned into an adult and don't know if they should get a credit card or not. Get a credit card. Get a credit card.
Get a travel credit card.
Build that fucking credit history. Get those points, and you will be going to Amsterdam just like me. And this was like less than 2 years of just using the same credit card too.
Mm-hmm. But make sure you pay it off, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Obviously, pay it off on time. Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go there. So technically a free trip, but obviously I'm gonna buy stuff there. But at the same time, it's what Vivian said. I'm not really an impulse dude, so like I can't. I'm glad that it's months away and not 2 weeks away. Like she just said that's way too scary. And we're probably not. I don't think we're gonna be staying in the entire trip together. I think it's still quote unquote solo trip, but we will definitely hang out over there.
I'm trying to convince Nihaal to like lay it back and not plan as much
No,
as he'd like to.
I'm literally planning everything.
But because you're
We're
gonna
biking everywhere though.
Okay, biking
Sorry,
for sure.
I punched the table. Yeah, we're biking everywhere. Yeah.
Biking for sure, but like not plan everything meticulously, you know. Just trying to get.
My anxiety right now.
What if think of it this way? Think of it as she's planning the trip her way, and you just get to sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, I'll lead the way.
Like
we might get lost in the middle of nowhere, but I'll lead the way, right? Like it's fine.
Oh my god.
We might like.
When we get lost, I'm gonna be thinking, I'll be like, this
never
time. It's 4 hours. Remember running New Brunswick with the rental car thing that happened initially?
Yeah.
Already, my anxiety was going off. I'm like, we're losing 4 hours. We were supposed to do this during this time. This. We're missing out on this. You know, that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Yo, honestly,
right?
And the funniest part was like me and Shane were like the entire time you were panicking, me and Shane were just like making jokes at each other. Liz was just wandering around the airport.
I'm just like thinking, I'm like, oh, we fucked up. Like, this is it. 4 hours gone. Those 4 hours you could have done this, that. Yeah. No, that's how my mind goes.
Yeah. You're saying?
Oh no, sorry. I doubt that you guys like missed out on anything major though, right?
Honestly, we didn't miss out on anything.
Look, that whiteboard is actually perfect. Those are my thoughts. Every time like I have something in my head, I just write it in that whiteboard, and then it's all over the place. I know, but at the same time,
it's a Farsi guy.
I know. Just I forgot his name, so I just named him Farsi guy.
What the?
Yeah,
God.
It's a lot of work stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's a Farsi guy at work. I just forgot his name. It's a cool guy. Just forgot his name.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Now I wanted to ask both of you guys this too. I have my answers later as well. But what do you think were your best? What was your best ever impulse buy that you could ever justify? I know you got to think a little deeply on that.
My huge JBL speaker. Yo, that thing, when I first bought it, it was so scary because like it was like what, $735 with taxes, and it was full price. Usually it goes on sale for like $500, but with taxes and stuff it was like $735, the big speaker. But that's been the best impulse buy ever because I use it everywhere. It's a heavy speaker, but people love it when I bring it to a volleyball court because like that thing is so loud. The bass is so nice. It's got me enjoying my music much more. I don't know.
Right.
You guys like it too, right? When I went to the drop.
It's a dope speaker.
It's a good vibe, yeah.
It's literally a party. Like I went to a party once, and then their speaker was whatever. I literally bought my speaker. I was like, yeah. Even the banquet. We actually.
I remember we used that speaker and put it on the stand.
Oh, that was the one that we used with banquet.
Yeah.
That like shook up the entire floor.
I know exactly. Yeah.
Bro, those neighbors were probably so pissed.
Yeah.
What about you?
My biggest impulse buy.
I wouldn't say your biggest, but your best.
My best? Okay, it's not like it wasn't like the most expensive impulse buy that I've had, but it's like the most spontaneous that I've had, which is like really funny because I think I was like in first year, I just turned 18. I was like, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Like I knew that I wanted a tattoo, but I didn't know what it was gonna be. So I was kind of like, I went to Ryerson, and so I had class, and then there was a tattoo parlor right across the street. And so I kind of went there and like talked to them, had like a mini consultation. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get tomorrow. Like I'm gonna get my tattoo tomorrow. I just picked my design right now, like 30 seconds before walking into the parlor, and I'm gonna get it tomorrow. So then my friends like the next day comes around, and I had a lecture at that time too, but I didn't show up. My friends were like, where are you? Like we have class right now, and I'm like, I'm getting a tattoo done right now. So I'm like in the tattoo shop, like needles inside of my wrist and everything. And they're like, what the hell? So they finished class and then they came to visit me at the tattoo shop and like, you guys are, like, she's like, or my friends were like, you guys are crazy. Because like, why would you like randomly just pick a day to get a tattoo and just like, get it done like that?
You gotta do it. Sometimes you gotta do it. How about you?
Ooh, honestly, like, I think for me it's my first tattoo also.
Okay.
Because it was one of those where it's like, mine was under a little worse circumstances than yours. For me, I was like down bad after a breakup, and then like I was just super depressed, and my friends and I were just hanging out, and they're like, one of my friends had a schedule to get a tattoo, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get one too, and I'm gonna get one that's meaningful as shit.
Okay.
And
is it a live one?
No, that's my second one. It's the one on my wrist.
Yeah.
So the one on my wrist says December 3rd because it's my dad's birthday. Both of you, I think I've explained that to you before, but for my viewers, yeah. So my dad's birthday is on my wrist, and it's surrounded by heartbeats too. So it's like it's just something for me to remember my dad by. But yeah, I just remember that tattoo. I almost passed out for this fucking tattoo because, what's it called? At the time when
on the wrist too. Ugh.
The wrist, it's the nerves, but I find some people don't actually feel the pain like that. But I think my pain was amplified because back then when I was a younger boy, I might have been a little bit under the influence of some green.
Best way to do it. Best way.
But I feel like that for me amplified my pain.
Yeah.
So my friend has a picture of me where I'm like biting my lip because I'm like trying not to pass out.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I'm like pale as shit.
Oh my god.
And apparently right before I almost passed out, my eyes rolled into the back of my head. And for me, it's like, have you ever guys been in a movie and it just like, it sounds like an explosion just happened, so your ears are kind of ringing, like in the movies?
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. It slowly started getting louder, and it started kind of fading. And then I snapped back right after, because my friends snapped me back.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. That was a really funny time. That was probably my best impulsive buy though, because I really like the tattoo and how it turned out.
It's good that you like it at least, because like some people would just get in and they're like, oh wait.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been worse because like if I was post breakup and I got a tattoo about that, I think I'd super fucking regret it.
Yeah, like at least it's something related to like something meaningful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you? Oh, speaker. You said the speaker, right?
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah.
Now, right. Well, on the flip side, now, what is your worst impulse buys?
It's a tough question.
There was like on Amazon. I think this was Prime Day. You know those? It's always the infomercial gizmos, but it's you know that gizmo that like my posture's whatever. Like it's okay for the most part, but it could be better. But there's literally like those straps that you put and then
and they put like does that to you.
It does that to you while you're working.
Yeah.
I just bought that one day, and I used it once, and it was so uncomfortable, I just never used it again. It's still here. I could show it to you. It's somewhere in my...
Is it that one that basically looks like those harnesses that you strap a drum to, like for those drumline things?
Yeah. It's like It looks like a parachute strap. Or
exactly.
Same thing. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then just like keeps your posture up. So I literally can't do this with it. I can only do this with it.
That hurts after a while.
Yeah, it forces you to, but eventually you get a good posture.
Yeah, I see.
But yeah, this is like peak pandemic days when I didn't have, like I had so much money and I didn't know what to do with it. So yeah. I miss those days sometimes, but you know. Yeah. How are you guys?
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I've made some pretty bad impulse buys in my time. Let me look. I just have to think of what's in my room and what I don't use.
Also, the same Amazon order, I also had the steam iron, like you know.
Oh yeah.
But it's very tedious to set up and stuff. I just use my.
It's the one that's
normal.
you have. It's like a steamer, right?
Yeah. I just use my normal iron box, but yeah.
I really have to think of what's in my.
Also an impulse buy was my GoPro. My GoPro was a.
I don't think that's a bad impulse.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Pretty good one,
like
right?
it was huge. At the time, like I was struggling financially a little bit. I remember, and that was a little steep in my pockets. And I think altogether, all the equipment and stuff cost us closer to $1,000. But I use that GoPro everywhere now, and even like the vlogs and everything. So
right,
and it's been huge. And what I was looking at is like you see that old camcorder there on the floor. That's what I used to use. But
oh my god, it's ancient.
At the same time, like I love the vibes with the old camcorder, but at the same time, like I was thinking like. In 10 years, 20 years, when my kids are watching my videos, I don't want them to see, like, old foot... Like, you know, I'd rather have them, like HD. Like,
he doesn't want them seeing, like, 240p or something.
Yeah. I'd rather see them in, like, you know, like, 4K, because I could shoot in 4K right now, right?
You guys remember on YouTube when 360p used to be the best resolution?
I watched the entire Karate Kid movie on 360p
That's
on YouTube,
crazy.
And it had to be, like... mirrored and part 1, part 2. Yeah. Because
wait for it to
because
load,
the
too.
videos were only like max 12 minutes back in the day, or like 10
Yeah.
minutes back in the day.
Yeah.
So I had to watch part 1, part 2. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yo, you're just reminding me to when I was a kid, bro. Like, oh my god.
The struggles of being like a kid.
Club Penguin.
I remember my worst impulse buy. And I was a kid, so I spent my fucking birthday money on this. So I used to play on a Nintendo DS a lot.
Yeah.
And like I wanted to play like online games, like I want to play Pokemon against people like online. So I bought the Nintendo Wi-Fi adapter, and it was so stupid because I'm like, oh, I can get Wi-Fi with this. Growing up, I didn't have internet in my house, so what the fuck was I gonna use it on?
That's so funny.
And it was just a waste of time, so I ended up returning it to Walmart and just buying Beyblades.
So did you think it was like just a stick of
I
Wi-Fi?
thought it was a stick of Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? For like $50? Just
Yeah, it was like 65.
Oh my god.
And that was my birthday money too.
Oh my god.
It was so funny when I look back. It was the stupidest thing I could have bought.
You poor child. I would have been so like disappointed afterwards.
I was actually so sad.
I would be really sad too.
Because I thought it's like, oh, I can just plug this into my computer and I can play online with people. And I was hyping myself out. I was hyping myself out with my friends, and I'm like, yo, we can all play online this summer and stuff like that.
Like, no, I don't even have internet to begin with, let alone an
I feel
adapter.
Have you guys ever played store-make games growing up on your iPod or iPod Touch?
I only had an iPod Nano.
Okay, never mind.
Growing up.
Okay.
I didn't have the iPod Touch.
But yeah, I got a bunch of impulse buys from there because back then that's when the App Store first started getting developed, and then
Everything
first
was
started
paid
getting
though,
hooked up
right?
to. No, like there's like it was a game, right? So obviously like for more coins or something,
And
you
I
gotta put money.
purchases.
Yeah,
Oh, you're that guy.
and I used to buy a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But like, back in the day, I used to spend a lot of money on just like the premium games because I thought it was like really cool to get like those really like high end games and stuff like that, and like to have official music on Apple Music or iTunes.
Oh, you
So
have to buy the songs and stuff?
I would actually buy the songs versus like everyone else who like pirated. They're like, why would you buy your songs? You know,
High
like,
quality, yeah. But
yeah.
then Spotify came and changed our lives.
It's like $2 a song.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god. I still have all the downloaded songs from back then.
Like from LimeWire and all that stuff?
This is on the internet. I do not condone illegal downloading.
Yo, yo, you do what you gotta do, guys.
YouTube to MP3. That's what
Yo!
that was the
still-
OG.
You still can't use it. There's a lot of viruses and stuff with that now.
Oh really?
So like you can't do it. Yeah.
Oh.
I wanted to do it for some videos and stuff. I literally can't. But yeah.
Won't lie.
I don't know. You can probably figure it out. There's
I
probably
haven't
a way
done it
still.
recently. I won't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Really?
I guess
It's
there's.
pretty. There's just honestly you just type a website and shit like that.
Okay.
Oh, it's pretty easy to get it done. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I used to. Yeah, I was huge into editing and stuff back then. Good times. I still have all the songs though. Like it's all in my.
Oh, I remember a really bad impulse buy of mine. I bought a $200 skateboard from West 49.
Do you still use it?
Not anymore, but I used it for like 2 years.
Oh, okay.
But I always feel like that $200 probably could have got me like 6 video games as a kid. Like instead I got that board and I could only use it like for like 5 months out of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, eh. And even then, it's like once you use a board, you can't really sell it back.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. I did that with a nickel board. Like my friends were really into penny boarding.
Yeah.
So I got a nickel board because I'm really bad. I have like really unstable feet or whatever. So I bought a bigger board. I used it once and I never used it again.
Do you still have it?
It was, yeah, I still have it. And it was like, I got the more expensive one because it has the design on the back too.
Right.
I'm like, what's the point of it? I'm never using it again. So.
You know, speaking of that, like the impulse buys that you never use again. I know somebody who had an impulse buy. I will not reveal who this is, but if they're watching this, they will know who they are. Who bought an anime body pillow, and it's just the most sus thing on the body pillow.
Yeah, I'm buying that.
That's so questionable.
I'm buying that. I'm
It's
putting it on my bed.
so funny.
Oh my god.
It's so funny. But the thing is, like all of us looked at it, like me and my friend group looked at it, and it's like, honestly, if we could get that for like half of what he got it for, we'd probably get it.
Just like walk into his room and like witness
It's
like
a
an
bright
anime
It's like
pillow.
honestly, the anime character is kind of bad.
I guess she better be. You know what I mean? At that rate.
Yeah, like, but it was just really funny. But like, it's one of those impulse buys where it's just like, you wouldn't expect somebody to like you see these things and you don't expect somebody to get it, but when somebody really gets it, it's like goddamn. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever been to conventions. Conventions are a huge magnet for impulse buys.
Like anime. Oh, like
Whether it's like
convention.
Comic-Con or anime conventions in general, right? Because like I've even been to like, you guys have been to the CNE, right?
Yeah.
You guys know where they have that bazaar kind of in the building where you can buy like all those knickknacks and stuff?
Yes.
sometimes I see people. I've even spent like $80 in there like 1 year and stuff like that, or $100. People buy a lot of random shit from there, whether it's like knickknacks or trinkets.
Because they just sell it off so well. You know what I mean? They like lay a bunch of like really interesting things onto a table and they're like, wow, like what is this? Like I have to get it now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this rock that's like this big and it's so shiny. How much is it? Oh, sorry, $25. Yeah, that's a great price.
Like, what am I ever gonna use it for? But I'll buy it anyway.
Yeah, like I used to have it on my windowsill. I had like 4 shiny rocks on my windowsill, and they're just so nice. Like
that's so funny. No, I went to CNE 1 year, and I think I bought a JanSport for like triple the price that I could have gotten it from like a regular store.
But JanSports were hype back in the day, you know?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, what, like 13, 14-year-old me? I'm like, Mom, it's a JanSport. Like, I need to get one.
Yeah.
And it was like the ugliest color, too.
It was JanSports and DCs.
DC bags.
Like, DC bags or shoes. Like, the skateboard
DC
shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Those were hype back in the day.
Those are huge.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then Jordans came into play.
They just kicked everyone out.
Yeah.
My weakness is small businesses. Like, I see them in like these little stands or whatever at like, you know, like the Canada Day event that I went to. There's a bunch of small businesses selling like little things. I just can't, man. I just see their puppy eyes on, bro. I'll buy it, you know, like all those things, like the Morty and the Spider-Man and stuff. Like each one cost me like $10, so that was $30 in total.
Damn.
So, like,
I won't lie, that's me too. But like, it's like, if I see those small like stores and stuff like that at conventions or places like that, it'll be like sports memorabilia. I'm really, really bad at spending on sports memorabilia.
Oh.
Especially like photo prints.
Yeah.
Like I have like 4 or 5 posters. I have like 3 actual like big prints of like sports players and stuff like that.
But
jerseys.
Those are very unique and like hard to get as well, right? So like once you see it, they're kind of just like, I might as well get it because like when am I ever gonna be able to get it again?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, that's true too. But also, it's just when you look at your bank statement, you're just like, God fucking damn
Just
it.
don't even look at your bank statement. Like, it's fine.
We're in our 20s.
These are points to pay it off. It's fine.
I need those points for trips, man.
Yeah,
I gotta.
We don't use points to pay off. Kids, do not use your points to pay off your credit.
You know, my school lets you use Aeroplan points to pay your tuition.
That's so funny.
And I'm like, I would never do that.
Why would you ever do that?
Yeah,
That's a
like,
waste of...
like I'd rather use it on like I'd rather just take the debt. Like.
Wait, Ryerson or
what's it called? George Brown.
George Brown. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't do it. It's a scam.
Big scam. Like, cause it's like 3,000 points for like $200.
Oh my god. Yeah, it is.
Only?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's fucking bullshit.
Just like chipping away at your tuition. There.
Exactly. And when your tuition's like what, 8 times, 9, 10 times that?
Probably. Yeah. If you're lucky. If you're
True
lucky.
that.
Damn.
Let's see. What's the next topic? What's the? Well, I know yours. You already said the speaker is your biggest impulse buy. What about you?
My biggest impulse
Your biggest,
buys?
like your moolah.
Most expensive?
Yeah.
This is terrible. It was probably a flight, but it was like a flight that I never even bothered. I don't know why. I have this issue where like I'll buy things, but I don't bother to return it or like try to get my money back just because I'm like, fuck it. Like I already bought it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's a tedious process to try to get it back. But I also bought a ticket to Amsterdam like 2 years ago, but I just never went and I never even bothered to like
Get the credit.
get the credit or anything.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up. It was like probably like $700, $800 as well. So I just like down the drain.
Wow.
But I'm that's just me. Like
Try to be like you.
Don't be like me.
Try to get that money.
Don't be like me. You're gonna lose so much money for no reason.
Ooh.
But yeah.
What's my biggest impulse buy?
I'm sure. Oh my god, I didn't tell you my. There's that, and also, this was all the Alexa devices are all impulse buy. So I spent almost $2,000 on just Alexa devices in my house to wire my entire house to make it voice activated. So the entire house is voice activated. So I spent almost $2,000. Yeah.
Jeez.
Dang.
And that was like during the pandemic too, where I had nothing to do. I'm like, oh. Yeah, it's a good DIY project. It probably increased the value of my house a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
See, that's the issue. During the pandemic, it's like your bank account was kind of like building up. So you're like,
Yeah.
I might as well just spend it on something,
Facts.
right?
All like the most you're doing at home is just you're literally just home.
That's
to be
it,
honest.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, biggest impulse buy for me. I spent like, it was my PC. Building my PC. It was like
Oh, yeah.
$1,600 on that shit. Yeah.
No, but I mean, you need a PC.
Yeah, no, but I could have probably like survived on the one that I had at the time.
Oh, okay.
But like I just decided to like upgrade it, you know. And I probably could have gotten more expensive, but.
But you have like the luxury of it now. Like you have like
Yeah.
high quality graphics and like a
Yeah.
CPU and everything too.
Yeah,
so.
it's for like long lasting fun, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. and it's also helped with like editing this podcast, like my photography and all that stuff.
Exactly. You know, I did the same thing. Like, I built a PC just because I got bored. Not because, like, I needed a PC. Like, the one I had previously was, like, perfectly functional. But I just got bored, and, like, I felt like because of my degree, I just wanted to know how to build one. So I built it, and everyone's like, oh, do you game or do you do anything on it? I was like, I use, like, Microsoft Office. Like, that's all about it. That's all I use on my computer. Like, why would you build such an expensive...
Give me your computer, man.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. They're like, why would you build such an expensive computer and not do anything on it? So, like, even now, like, I switched computers already. And, like, I gave my PC to my brother, who games a lot, so he makes use of it. But, like...
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's getting its use though, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, at least it's getting used properly now.
Yeah. Oh, I want to change my best impulse buy because I was gonna say the tattoo, but I just kind of remembered, I think what my best one. Fuck, now it just slipped my mind too. Son of a bitch.
Stop smoking weed.
I don't smoke weed. I'm a good boy. I don't smoke. What was I about to say? I'm trying to remember my best impulse buy.
When I worked at IKEA, I'm surrounded by IKEA furniture all the time, and I was convinced that I gotta buy IKEA stuff. So literally, I'm pretty sure, like you notice all the IKEA furniture here. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure all the money that I've gotten at IKEA, I spent on IKEA furniture. So you win IKEA. Swedish people, you win.
Paycheck went
all the
straight
money
back
that
to
you
them.
gave me went straight back to them.
You know, in the whole time that we worked together, I never bought a single IKEA thing.
That's crazy.
Never.
Every time, like the wall shelves and stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Because I'd worked for at least I think a year and a half longer, almost 2 years before when you came,
Yeah.
and then when you left.
I mean, you buy the food there all the time.
Yeah, well, that other than that, but like when you left, like up to that point, I never bought anything.
That's good self-control.
It is, but it's just like at the time I looked at it and I'm just like, do I like really need furniture kind of thing? I just looked at it. I'm like, yo, I can sleep on my bed. It's not like there's bed bugs in it.
That's true.
My chair is like comfy. My desk is usable. My dresser isn't broken.
I feel like furniture is more of like when you're older, you might be more inclined to like impulsively buy it. But as a kid or like a younger adult, you're kind of like, why would I like want to buy furniture? Like, that's my issue.
I would refurnish my home when I have when I have a partner moving in. To be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
if
true.
I if it's just for me, I can get by with whatever I got. I think, other than if I because I'm an interior design student now, maybe I would change up a few things, but I think those would be more like renovation than
Scared me.
Scared the shit out of me.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I would probably just change my furniture. It's more renovation based than furniture.
Okay.
Okay, so I will.
Okay, the thing about impulse buys is that you don't think about the value that it has after. Do you know what I'm saying? Like all the Lego that I bought, once I build it, once it's out of the box, it's worth like 10%, maybe nothing out of what. I'm telling you, if you look at that Lego set above there, that was almost $300. That
Wow.
truck.
Wow.
That truck, the whole set, it was almost $300. And
Lego's expensive now, man.
I know, and I bought it, but now it's like I kept the boxes just in case I was about to throw the box out recently. But there are people who buy used Lego, but probably for like that $300 thing's probably like maybe sell it for $40.
Right.
That's it, right? But yeah, just like that, the value of shirts and stuff is what I'm saying too. That's another thing. Once you buy it, can't really sell it.
Well, it's if you think of it on a bigger
ones.
scale, right? Like, I'll classify this, but like, men who are going through their midlife crisis who buy motorcycles and nice cars, that shit value goes down right off once you drive it out the lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's true.
look where those impulse bikes. I mean, it's a nice flex, it's a nice car, it's a nice bike, but like the value of that isn't really worth it if you can really. But like, the value of that isn't really worth it in that sense, right? I guess unless you value the time spent with that vehicle. You know?
Yeah. How about like less materialistic things like experiences or like concerts and stuff like that? Because like those are memories that you would probably value for a long time. You look back at it, you're like, oh, like I'm glad I went, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, though, like I never really thought about that of concerts till I went to like twice.
Yeah.
You gotta go to like a good concert. Like for me, like when I went to Post Malone, like that changed my life, bro. Like I was talking to Vivian today too. Post Malone, man, I love you, dude. Like honestly,
Another one. Another man.
You're a good guy.
But yeah, like experiences in general, like I would say even the smallest thing is like paying for a basketball court or a volleyball court for like 2-3 hours. Like I'd say that's worth it if you get some friends and you guys can just have fun with it, right?
No, that's true. Yeah. Or like, I don't know about you guys, but I have moments where I'm like, okay, like I really need to save money now. Like I'm not gonna go out for like a week and like just do this whatever.
And then you proceed to spend $300.
Yeah, well, like as soon as I'm with friends, I'm like, let's go out, like let's get food, let's do this and this and this, and like I spend like $300 in one day. And I'm like, where did the money go?
Yeah, where the money I said I'd save go.
Exactly. So like
the food, I would say for me, my impulse buys are like that are bad are like when I'm at work. Funny enough, like if I'm hungry, I'm gonna go out and buy something to eat.
But yeah, that's true. When you're hungry, you'll spend whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's so annoying because I'll be like, oh, I spent $15 on fucking shawarma or some shit like that, or like fried chicken. And I'll be like, fuck, like.
Sounds like today.
It's pretty.
We all did technically, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good shawarma though.
It was good.
Yeah.
Champion donor sponsor us, please. You know how much money he spent there, bro? At least, like, in my lifetime, at least $5,000. At least.
Oh
yeah. We'll shout you out and everything. We're giving you free advertisement right now. Yeah. What's it called?
Daniel, when are you gonna grow a full beard?
Hey man, this is peak for Filipinos, man. No cap, Filipinos cannot grow beards.
It's actually pretty crazy.
It's pretty impressive for Asians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching a Korean drama, and it was called Attorney Woo.
Attorney Woo, yeah.
Attorney Woo. The extraordinary Attorney Woo, and there's a character that they keep calling him Harry Boss because he's the only guy that could grow a beard, and he had a beard. It was a Korean guy with a beard. When was the last time you seen a Korean guy with a beard? They just kept saying Harry Boss. I was like, yeah.
I mean, that's what it translates to. But, like, it's hard to like for Asians to grow a beard. I know people who try. Even this for a while was like patchy and stuff like that. So, but like,
do you wish you could grow a beard or no?
No, I feel like that's too much to manage. Even this is annoying to manage because like this like peach fuzz mustache here, it grows back in like 2-3 days after I full shave it.
Okay.
Really?
It's so annoying.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you guys have to shave pretty often then.
I don't like because I'm a lazy guy.
Yeah.
So I don't like I have to shave it and it just pisses me off that I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In high school, I had a friend who like he wanted to grow a beard, but he could barely grow a beard. So I think he had like one strand of hair coming out of his chin. He's like, guys, look, like it's growing out, and I plucked it out, and he got so mad at me.
You're that friend.
Yeah. It's like it took me 3 months to grow that.
You guys remember when what's it called? That was in iCarly when Freddie had a chest hair and Sam just plucked it out. You're Sam. No, for the beard though, for me, this in 2020, because when we worked together, I didn't have anything. I had like maybe just a goatee a bit, and that's it. And this probably came like
you were a kid back then, bro.
Yeah, like
you were a baby.
Like 2-3 years ago, and then yeah.
I thought you were like 3 years younger than me when I first met you.
Yeah, only to find out.
It just grows out.
Only to find out I have seniority.
Yeah. By a year.
Do you guys ever clean shave?
I have not clean shaved in.
Do you remember? I think when I first met you, I only had a mustache. Do you remember that?
No,
it was November. Yeah.
That's November.
Yeah, November. I only had a mustache. Yeah.
I haven't clean shaven in I would say 3 years. Yeah. No, 4 years even.
4 years.
I haven't clean shaven in 4 years. I just trim and then I maintain.
How different do you look without it?
I look like I actually look like in high school.
Really?
Yeah. He's seen I actually look like him in high school.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I actually got a compliment. Recently, my friend shout out Doug. He literally told me, he was like, "Yo, Nihaal, you should do that mustache thing again. That look good on you." I'm like, damn.
Right, bring it up.
I'll consider it.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah,
just do it. Next podcast,
just,
man.
Just mustache again.
Yeah.
But I am growing my hair. Well, I'm trying to grow my hair. I might give up at one point. If it doesn't look good by my birthday, because I'm planning to throw a big birthday party, so if it doesn't look good by my birthday or before the Amsterdam trip, then I'm cutting it.
What are you aiming for though?
Something good.
Oh, what does that mean?
Oh, specific.
Just something
good.
For sure, bud.
Something good. Also, low-key, I want to save money on haircuts too. They're fucking like $60, $70.
You gotta go pretty often too, right?
$70.
I go like at least like every.
For hair and beard, yeah.
I go every 5 weeks. No, for me it's only like 35.
Yeah, because it's just.
I just go with my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the last time I cut my hair was like November.
Really? How short did you go though?
My hair. Yeah. It was a good trim. That's all.
Oh, so you just trim off they trim the ends, right?
Yeah. Whenever I go for a haircut, I just go for a trim. Like,
okay.
It's also kind of expensive too. Yeah. But like to cut your hair every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I cannot imagine that.
Yeah. I used to be that guy. Yeah, but then the expenses really caught up.
I go every like 5-6 weeks. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a 2-3 weeker for a long time.
Yeah.
For me, it's just I cut mine like really short.
Yeah.
So I keep it short. It's low maintenance. I love it.
It's actually the longest my hair has been in like a year.
Really?
Yeah. I usually keep it very short.
Interesting.
Especially the sides. Especially since I have a lot of gray hair now on the sides. I just kind of...
You stress yourself out, man.
I'm always stressing myself. During this entire podcast, if I was quiet, I was thinking of something, like 10 different things in the background. Thinking about like the volleyball tournament coming up, work tomorrow, my meeting tomorrow, what to say in the meeting tomorrow. There's always something.
I feel you.
I'm just like that. I'm just like that, dude.
I feel like because like where I'm at a point where I have to think about a lot of things, I forget so many like easy things nowadays.
Just like write things down.
And I forget to enjoy the moment too, especially like the cottage trip and stuff. There's a lot of moments where I was just like quiet. It's like, fuck, man. Like, why am I like this? Why can't I just enjoy the moment? Amsterdam trip, if I do some shit like that, just slap me. Just slap me in front of everybody, bro.
What were you thinking about at the cottage trip, though? Like, just
at the cottage trip, I don't know. There's probably some things. I think it was probably had to do with work. It's most of the time it's work, yeah.
Oh, so you're like stressed about the future, like when you come back from the cottage, like what you have to do.
Yeah, that's
all his emails and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, that cottage was so much fun though, man. I had so much fun.
No, dude, I had an amazing time at the cottage. I would not give the experience.
I'm gonna put this on the record. I was the only one who went in the water at the cottage.
That's true.
No one else went in the water. Everybody did the kayak and the pedal boat, but nobody went in the water.
I had huge motion sickness. I went to kayak for like 2 minutes and I just died and just left.
Yo, I love that kayak. It was a little unbalanced, but like it was really fun. I had a lot of fun with that kayak.
So you swam in the water.
I swam in the water.
You were the only one who
swam in the water.
Yeah.
What did everyone else do? Why did they not swim with you?
I don't know. They saw some like algae in the water, like the the green stuff, and I'm just like, you just deal with it.
It's
like
normal, no?
Yeah, it's for a lake too, and like in the middle.
No, the current was like
Yeah.
pretty. If you went to deep end, like I was a little scared of the current, so
Like pull you away?
it was a river.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't a lake, it was
but
a
the
river.
thing is, like we had our kind of own little inlet to it,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
it was fine for us. Like if we didn't, we
Yeah,
could go like waist deep and not.
Literally less than an hour into cottage, man's already in the water.
I was already in the water.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
With nobody. It was just him.
It was just-
We're like, where's Dan? He's like, oh.
There was a
Already in the
point.
water.
There was a point where I was just floating, and all I could like the only thing that was above ground for me was like my face.
Oh my
Everything
god.
was just floating underneath.
It's kind of scary, no?
We thought he died.
You're like, oh, what's that body in the water? Like, is he okay?
Yeah, I like to float like that. Honestly, I just kind of get lost in the water. I'm very like.
Oh.
Water is like being in water keeps me calm.
Oh,
It's like
interesting.
it's really peaceful for me.
Do you enjoy swimming?
I do.
Okay.
Do you know how to swim?
Explains why. I took swimming lessons, but I hate swimming.
Really?
Because I feel like I had experience.
But you know how to float though.
I know how to float. Like, for survival purposes, I know how to float.
Yeah.
I could probably make it, but, you know,
Probably.
worst case scenario. But I had an experience where, like, I went to the beach with my family.
Yeah.
My family friend, like, we had, like, we were pretty deep in the beach. And I guess, like, the currents started to pick up and, like, it went over us, right? And so they used, like, my family friend used my head as, like, a leverage to push himself up. And so my uncle saw it. He had to, like, run into the water and, like, save us out of it.
Oh, I see.
So, like, ever since then, I was, like, kind of traumatized from,
Yeah.
sorry, Taj Mahal. It's a Taj Mahal Lego behind me, so...
So that I have a similar story to that where I went to LA and at Santa Monica.
Yeah.
No, was it Santa? No, we were at Venice Beach. So we're right up against the Pacific, right? So the waves can get kind of harsh there. But what people do is when the waves go back, they'll go in and wait for the waves to come in and jump into the wave when it hits. And those waves can get really tall.
They're pretty high.
Yeah. I remember jumping and the wave carried me back and sent me under, so I was stuck tumbling under the tidal wave.
That's terrifying.
Not tidal wave, but it was like I was stuck under the wave.
Yeah.
And I was just spinning in the water, and I just get tossed back onto the beach, and it was so funny to me.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, yeah, it just made me want to do it again.
Oh my god. See, usually people would kind of be like, oh, I don't want to do that again. It's like a little scary, but...
I'm telling you, I'm made to be in the water. It's so much fun. Because for me, like, even here, like, because we work so close to Lakeshore, right? I sometimes will go down to the beach and just take a nap after work if I have a day shift.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just sleep in the sand.
Like what, Sugar Beach, you said?
I tend to go more towards where the actual lake is, like where they're against the shore. Because Sugar Beach is just the seats, right?
Yeah.
It's right up against the harbor. I like to go maybe like either Woodbine or Sunnyside.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
nice beaches, yeah.
Yeah, so I just take a nap at the beach.
Damn.
Big flex, but I'm joking.
No, that's something I struggle with. Staying alone like that, I can't do that.
In the water or just in general?
In general, I'm super extrovert. I get energy off of people.
But then wouldn't that want you to like go out and explore, like solo traveling, for example? Like, wouldn't you want to go out and like meet new people?
Yeah, but then there's a lot of spots. A lot of solo traveling is solo as well.
That's true.
That's true, yeah.
Because like you just basically if you're going to meet people,
But at the same time, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you're like attaching yourself to people, right? So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like on a trip, and it's like that's not always gonna work out. You know what I mean?
That's true. You have to, it's kind of a hit or miss sometimes, I agree.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is my first ever solo trip, so, well, quote unquote solo trip, even though Vivian's coming. But it's just like...
What do you mean? It's her trip, bro.
It's my trip, come on.
Straight up Vivian's trip. I've never been on a solo trip before. Yeah, I'm definitely trying something new. Maybe this is going to be a start of something. Maybe this is the start of financial debt.
Here's the thing that I find, like it's so built into somebody where they can enjoy on their own or versus like with people, right? I find that I can go between both, but at the root of it, like I've told you this before, I can go way longer not seeing people than I can like seeing people.
That's
you know what I mean?
It's a lot of like social energy that comes out of you, and you need to recharge sometimes, right?
Yeah, like for me, that's not I'm the opposite of Nihaal, right? His recharge is with people. My recharge is with
people.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the same page as you. Like I love being around people, but I do need my time alone to like recharge and reset.
Yeah, I would only say for me the only time that might be the opposite is like I have an inner group or circle of friends, like anybody in like what I consider my top 10 of friends where I can hang out. I feel like I can hang out with them all day.
Maybe it's just like not the right people that you're spending time with that's draining your energy then.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't say it's draining my energy like in a bad way. I just feel like the people that I've just built such a long-term rapport with, I can spend like the whole day because it's like we're chill like that, right? Because they're the people that I can actually hang out in a room with. Like I've hung out with Nihaal before in the car. We've said nothing sometimes.
Oh, a complete silence.
Yeah, like I hang out here sometimes. Nihaal will like I've hung out here while Nihaal was working. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to get like to a certain level in your relationship to be comfortable like in silence.
Exactly.
But yeah, I see what you mean.
And then, but like in a place where it's like a social setting where I'm meeting new people or like it's people I don't always hang out with, it's different, right?
Oh, that's fair. Because you have to really like put yourself out there just to have a conversation. Yeah. And like you're getting to know someone right off the bat as well. So I can see what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's our timing at? I think. How long have we gone for? About an hour and a half, I think.
Hour and 13 minutes.
Nice.
Solid. I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to bring up? Sorry, this is how we always end up on podcasts. We structure it a little bit, and then we end up
like going.
We just end up going.
Yeah, fun so far.
I'm having fun. Yeah, it's a good conversation.
Sounds good.
Yeah. How about like spontaneous? Okay, not impulsive purchases necessarily, but like just impulsive decisions.
All right, do it.
Oh, impulsive decisions.
Let's open it up.
Oh, we're opening up a lot of wounds here.
Oh, dang.
No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. Impulsive decisions.
Dating Tanya.
You name drop. I'll bleep the name.
That out.
I'll bleep the name out for you. Don't even worry.
You're not even putting that in. Don't even put that I dated a woman before. I'm single. I've never dated a girl before.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
That was so impulsive.
No,
She didn't even give me time to think. She's just like, you're my girlfriend. I'm your girlfriend.
Oh, she demanded it.
Yeah, and he just like.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Can't say no.
Can't say no. No, impulsive decisions. Fuck. I feel like we all, like, as a human, you make impulsive decisions every day.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, like, what impulsive decision did I make recently? Today, I don't know.
You decided to come here.
That wasn't really that impulsive. Like, we planned this for I planned this for like a bit, and I just have to keep.
Speaking of, oh my god, this guy fucking lectured me on making other plans during a podcast schedule day. And then, like, I felt like a little bad. I was like, okay, you can come and do the podcast after my volleyball or whatever. And then after that, he texted me a little later. He's like, yo, I actually made plans too.
I totally forgot about those plans too, and I'm like. Yeah, so you don't have to feel bad about being bad. If anything, I feel guilty.
No, these were the exact words. He's just like, I love you sometimes, but sometimes, man.
But sometimes, and then after that, like literally maybe like 10 minutes later, I'm like,
oh, shit.
It's like, hey, so no, let me read the message here. I have it here. Let me scroll up. You know what's so he's like where was it? I'll start from the top. I'm like, okay, you able to grab me from Vaughan Metro? He's like, holy fuck, I completely forgot. I signed up for volleyball. I swear I'm cleaning up everything still. Aim for Friday. I'm like, Nihaal, I love you, bro, but man, sometimes I swear to God. And then we try to make volleyball plans, and then he's like, can we do the podcast at like 9? And I'm like, yeah, I'm down for that. I don't start till 1:30 tomorrow. And he's like, okay, sick, I'll pick you up. And I'm like, yeah, it's like sounds good. And then I text him literally 2 hours later. You know what's crazy? I forgot to make plans today too. So, and he's like, damn. And I'm like, so I'm sorry if I made you feel guilty. because I'm just as shitty. and so that's how that turned out.
So
too.
fucked up.
So funny.
I was like in the middle of a volleyball game, so I was
Yeah.
I didn't have the
Honestly,
energy.
it was so perfect. He had such perfect timing because I was like, he's busy. This will gloss over it. So it'll be fine.
Here we are now.
Yeah, and here we are now, like 2 days
even
later.
after volleyball, like I don't know, for some reason, like that did gloss over my head. I'm just like, yo, Dan, when are we going to Bond Metro? Like I literally texted him, like, or I called you. Remember?
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
called me.
I was like, yeah,
like,
so
I
when
think
are you ready?
it's so funny because it's like the whole thing completely crossed over your head. And it's like, yo, no, I have plans. And he's like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, I have plans. Remember I texted you. And he's like, oh, okay, whatever. And then he just looks at the message. He's like, I'm pretty sure afterwards he's just like, what the fuck?
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so funny. I feel like,
But we got Vivian now.
yeah, we did get
So it
Viv, so it
worked.
was worth. It was all in the cards.
Yeah.
If anything, we were playing a long game, you know.
Dang.
I think about timelines all the time, man. All the time.
Timelines?
Timelines all the time.
It's
If
good.
I did that, if I didn't do that.
Oh.
You've been watching
And
too much
that's,
Spider-Man.
that's why I get too
Canon
anxious too
events.
sometimes.
Yeah, canon events.
No,
Canon
there's a lot of
events.
canon events, a lot of timelines. Like if I did, yeah, you know.
So what's your major canon event?
Her.
Oh,
Her. It's
dang.
I think every guy's major canon event is always their not first girlfriend, but like first like
I feel like most
Not-
not first. I'll say this: their most impactful girlfriend.
impactful girlfriend. There is
Yeah.
one, but there has to be one. There's always a girl that changes a dude's life. Just like, there's no way.
Oh yeah.
Unless you just got lucky and the first girl you ever dated was
Your
your wife.
I have a
Wife.
friend like that. Fuck you. No, I'm joking. I love you.
But yeah, no, like shit like that, man.
It's okay, man. It was an impulsive decision.
That's so
both
crazy.
ways?
No, but it was just.
I think so.
Nothing kind of.
Yeah.
You always learn something.
For sure.
It's a tough situation.
At least it's not like you impulsively bought your girlfriend.
You sure about that? Are we like hiding something here?
Oh yeah, there's no way Nihaal's gonna get a pretty girl like that. It's like, some people ask me too. They're like, her?
You know in Japan you can rent a girlfriend for a day?
You
That's
could.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they'll just go on a date with you for like however many hours you pay for.
Take some photos with him, like, hey, look at my new girlfriend.
Oh, look at my new girlfriend.
Yeah, and then
For only $350 an hour. I don't think it's that much. I probably think it's like 30 to 50 an hour.
That's pretty. That girl needs to be paid more.
True.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, if you're putting yourself at risk like that, because you never know who could be too, right?
Yeah. And you hear about like Japanese culture and like the fetishes against women.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty scary.
It's
there.
pretty fucked.
Yeah. I'd be terrified if I were one of those people.
So you're gonna solo trip Japan? No.
I'll never come back. You'll never see me again.
Hey, so what happened to Vivian? Wasn't she supposed to come back like 3 months ago? And she hasn't posted or messaged anybody?
She got a job in Japan, you know.
Oh, whoa. She got a job. We haven't heard from her since.
Yeah.
Uh,
She's doing well off. It's fine.
I think there's even like, what's it called? Well, it's expected, but there's both rent a girlfriend and rent a boyfriend services
In Japan or just in general?
in Japan.
Oh,
I think
really?
Japan and Korea.
That's such a weird. Like, why would you ever bring up that service
Imagine
to
living
begin
there.
with? I guess
No,
like,
just to show like.
I mean, I can see it in Japan because there's a lot of shut-in people in Japan too, right?
Oh.
And solo people, kind of thing.
Ew, I guess.
Just some attention. They struggle with it, so why not pay for it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around the concept. Like, you're just gonna go on a date with a girl for one day and just call it quits after that because you're broke.
That's true. I mean, I feel like to that context, people pay for worse.
That's true.
So, yeah.
It's kind of weird culture there.
Well, don't thumbs up that.
We're not promoting
Don't
that
thumbs up
shit
that. Oh my god. But yeah, like, I don't know. That is an impulsive buy though. Like, I don't think I could ever rationalize myself doing it unless it was for content. If I feel like I could profit or like something like this as content, I would do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd stream the date or something like that.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, but like now that you guys are older and like I guess have more responsibilities, do you guys take a lot more time to think about your decisions for like purchases?
Yes. 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, as I said, the expenses. As soon as the expenses start coming, that's why, like, yeah. Yeah, it's expenses. Definitely expenses.
I'll say that with a grain of salt though, just because I also feel like as I have to manage to what extent I should be frugal and what extent I'm limiting myself from being a better version of me by like experiencing things.
Right.
So like, I won't maybe I won't buy like a $800, not 800, like a $80 game, or like a $120 piece of sports equipment, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I will, like, what's it called? I will save up and spend like maybe $2,000 on a trip.
That's true.
Yeah, but that takes time to save for, right? But it is something that I'm willing to like impulse buy if I know it's within my means.
But the experiences, like, I feel like they are never a waste of money.
Exactly, and it's like at the age we're at, like
Exactly.
we're wasting away not doing things like that, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And especially during COVID, like that took 2 years out of my life.
2 fucking years.
Like, don't you feel like you're 2 years younger than you actually are?
In a way, yeah, because I feel like we like. As much as a lot of the younger generations than us really missed out a lot, we did also miss out on shit too, you know?
Yeah.
Missed out a lot, yeah. Like, those were prime days.
I missed out on at the beginning of COVID, I missed out on a trip to Korea for 3 weeks.
Were you supposed to go then?
I was supposed to go in May 2020.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but I got refunded, thank God.
At least you got refunded.
Yeah, some people didn't, right? So, yeah.
I know people who were, like, stuck in other countries because of the restrictions.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. It's pretty harsh.
Yeah. You didn't have any trips canceled for you, right? Yeah.
2020 was a boring. Honestly, like, there's a lot of complaints about 2020s and stuff, but for me, like, honestly, it changed my entire life too, because I used to be a commuter, like, car commuter, but at the same time, it was an hour 30, hour 40 just to get to work, an hour 30, hour 40 to get back.
Yeah.
So my life was literally just like work, gym, sleep. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. No volleyball, no meeting other people. And at work, it was so depressing too. It was just like 2 people in my department.
Mm-hmm.
Little cubicle, you know, like it was so depressing. But then, you know, pandemic happened, work from home, and then I get to see my family more. I get to, right at 5 o'clock, I could go to the gym right away instead of, you know, one hour 40 minutes.
Right, or you could go for a walk or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
That's fair.
So that's a major benefit, and that's why I've stayed in my job this long too. But.
Well, yeah, I mean, in this instance too, I feel like work is like your means for money rather than as a passion for you.
Oh my God.
Everything is outside of it, right?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
And I still, like, someone liked my job. That's what I think about all the time. I genuinely care. But, yeah, it definitely, like, it allowed me to do more passion things, like organizing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say volleyball. I wouldn't say volleyball is my passion. Organizing is my passion. But, yeah.
Interesting.
Would you ever, like, try to gear your career towards something like that?
Like an event planner?
I guess. Like, I know it's a big jump, but I've seen people who just, like, randomly quit their jobs and just, like, do whatever they want. Their passion.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I can see that.
I could see York Region Volleyball being a full-time job for me soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe in the next 2 years.
Interesting.
Yeah. Boss, don't worry. I'm still going to stay in the company for...
Part-time. Yeah. What's it called? But, yeah, I mean, for you, that's a cool thing to realize. I think from my perspective at least, like, I just felt like my development, or in terms of my experiencing life, was really gearing to get started from the year before, because you remember I started traveling that year a lot. Like, when you first started working with me, that's when I was gearing myself to travel, and then gearing myself, right there, I was building up to, like, having probably... 2020, I would say, aside from what has been now, was probably geared to be one of the biggest years of my life. In terms of, like, life plans, in terms of vacation plans, in terms of things I wanted to develop.
Yeah.
And I would say that put a hold on things in terms of, like, where I was trying to go in terms of growth. It forces you to readjust. And I won't say that's, like, I will say in the moment, and even looking back on it, those things I missed out on suck. But I will say it hasn't taken away from what's been in spite of that, you know?
But do you think that, like, you grew in other ways, or, like, maybe it was a good thing that happened? Because, like, I don't know.
Oh, 100%. I'm going to say, like, that stuff that I couldn't do is probably the worst part of it.
Yeah.
But everything that's happened in spite of that has definitely been, like, amazing.
During COVID?
Like, yeah, like, the things that I learned, or the things that I got to experience in spite of that, or the people I got to reconnect with and stuff like that.
Right.
That's probably some of the best things that came in, like, despite those things happening, right?
Yeah. No, because I think I agree in a sense where, like, a lot of people I talked to, they were like, 2020 was supposed to be my year, but then, like, COVID fucked it up and everything. Like, I couldn't go travel and everything. Yeah, but it's, like, I think that the pandemic, like, as shitty as it was, I feel like it was good because everyone needed pause in their life, You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they need to like slow down, like take a break and like learn about
Yeah.
themselves before they.
And that's what I mean by that. Like I also take that as a grain of salt because I can say that this year and last year were probably two of the best years I've ever had.
Oh,
right?
trust me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like 2022,
2022 was the best year I've ever had in my life.
It was a crazy year, right? So
2023 was awesome too, but I still think 2022 was amazing. But yeah.
I feel like 2023 has kind of ridden for me off the high of 2022.
Oh,
But for me, it's like that was my first solo trip. One of my best friends got married.
Everyone was down to do everything in 2022
Yeah.
because it was like the first time where.
Were they coming out of the pandemic?
Yeah,
and
I went to
everything?
we got to do I got to be part of my first like bachelor party for somebody. That was crazy and hella fun too.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah. What else did we do? We just had so many like we did a lot of trips. We
Yeah.
just experienced a lot of different things, right? So
Oh, I see.
it was very fun.
Cool.
We started a podcast.
What inspired you guys to start this podcast, by the way?
Honestly, that's an impulse decision too. To be honest.
Another impulse.
Yeah, we were like, we talk really good on camera. Like we have really good conversations.
Let's make money off of it, even though we haven't made money yet.
We haven't made money at all. But no, we have really good conversations. Why not put it on camera? It's not like we're afraid of camera.
I'm not afraid of camera.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of camera at all either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
clearly, with your jokes.
hey man, honestly, like, dark jokes. Just what dark joke, yo? I'm gonna steal this one from my boy Eddie. What pizza did the Twin Towers order? 2 planes.
You're horrible. Oh my god. Terrible.
I mean, it's not like they ordered it,
I know, that's joking.
but it was delivered.
As a brown man, I cannot laugh.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, what can I say?
Some really tasty Sprite.
And the water's refreshing.
Yeah, super refreshing, man.
All right.
Yeah, I think
it's time.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up.
Thank you for listening to our rambling at the end. What kind of impulse buys have you done?
We'd love to hear the worst and the best of your impulse decisions. What have come from them? Like, what have you guys like learned? Even get a bit spicy with it. Honestly, ours weren't that spicy. I would say, in terms of impulse buys.
Maybe we'll like make one just for the sake of the podcast.
Yeah, something like
So
really.
I'll just put our entire checking account. Our
Let's
entire
just all put our
savings.
money together and buy a timeshare in Vegas or something.
Yeah,
Our
exactly.
entire TFSA.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be a huge impulse buy.
Sell the house.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, we'd love to hear all your stories about your impulse buys. Tell us what you thought of ours and what we talked about today. Tell me if my dark jokes are a little bit much, and will that stop me? Probably not. But like, let me know anyways. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. Listen to us on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. We're all on those as well. Let's
Say thank you to Vivian.
yes, thank you for adding
Guest
that in.
starring.
Thank you for having me.
Do you want us to plug your socials?
Sure, plug my socials.
Yeah, you can. They'll be down below. They'll also be right here on the screen for you. Or you can follow her on Instagram. She's a baddie. She's so cool.
Her tag.
She's so cool. Her Instagram's such a vibe.
Her Instagram is Muscle Mommy 142.
Facts.
Yeah, that's it.
She's our power lifter baddie.
Yeah, she could probably deadlift both of us together.
Probably, honestly.
Thanks for gassing me up. I appreciate it.
She could curl both of us together. That's all. Sorry.
We can be your PR.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it right
Just
now.
tie us in a bundle of rope and deadlift us.
That's
After this, subscribe and you can see the content.
Yeah.
It'll be on our Patreon. All right, but honestly, this has been Across the Street. Thank you again. Make sure to check us out on all our socials. Follow us on me and Nihaal on Instagram. And tune in. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of season 2. We're going to be back.
With more girls.
Yes, that too. That too. But we'll be back with more guests this season. Great topics, different formats in certain areas too. So we'd love for you guys to see it, listen to it, and we will see you next time. Later, guys.